What's up, retainers? How's it going? Today we're going to be covering the dark sides of nofab/semen retention. Now, this is a side that pretty much nobody really talks about when it comes to nofab. When you do nofab, especially for a long amount of time, like I have, like over the past 5 to 6 years, a lot can happen. And it's not really a sensation that I can describe. It's more of something that you have to experience for yourself, right? But your definition of what's the dark sides or what's a positive, that's entirely up to you. A lot of people will see it completely differently. But I'm going to start with the smallest and then go all the way to the biggest, the dark side of the dark side. I sound like a fucking Darth Vader. We're going to go from the minimalist, pretty much like nothingness of basically the weaker points, the things that are side effects or negative but don't really impact you negatively. And we're going to be going up to the complete horrible stuff about semen retention, stuff that people complain about a lot. Let's start it off. Wet dreams. When you have wet dreams, when you go on a long retention streak, you're going to have wet dreams so often that it's going to basically not fuck up your streak, but it's not going to be that different from releasing. I kid you not, when I was on my longest streak at nofab, like 6 months, I was having like wet dreams every day. And I used to be worried that it was destroying my progress because I would be tired after having a wet dream. Usually, like there's a lot of spiritual, esoteric stuff that they talk about that people think that it's succubuses, people think that it's evil spirits. And quite frankly, I'll dive deeper into that in a minute. But if you're struggling with that, with wet dreams, it's okay. It does not count as a relapse. Even if you feel tired after a wet dream, even if you have like multiple a week, it's still 10 times better than beating yourself, than tugging the chicken, so to say. In fact, it might be better than abusing adult content, touching the chicken. If you're not doing any of those things, then you're succeeding in life no matter what you're doing. Even if you get with the chick, you're still doing way better than most men out here nowadays. The second side effect, or should I say dark side effect, is basically detachment. When you get on this journey, and it's also derealization. Sorry, this next side effect is derealization. When you get on this journey, no matter how you discovered it, I've told this story many times on my channel. I was 14. This was during COVID, during the lockdowns. I was swiping through TikTok one night, and I came across this one guy. He didn't talk about semen retention, but he said something that never occurred to me before. And it's the fact that women drain your energy. Looking at women posting provocative photos, all of this shit makes you weak and it drains your energy. And as soon as I heard that shit, something just clicked in my brain like, hey, what happens if I don't release? Like when I was a little kid. And I looked it up, found a nofab video, and my entire life changed forever. But it might be completely different. But when you go through that process, two things could happen. Two things that I've noticed from the semen retention community. You could either, as soon as you start doing semen retention, you get successful at it. You start trying to play with chicks, trying to pick chicks up, trying to, get up to some deviant activities. Or You go through a spiritual awakening. One is better than the other. When you're picking up chicks, it's honestly no different. Instead of doing it with your hand, you're just doing it with someone else. Someone that you don't even know, most of the time, most guaranteed. But when you go through a spiritual awakening, which has happened to a lot of people, you almost start to wake up to what's really going on. I'm about to get real with you guys. When you do NoFap, it makes you a target for whatever you call them, succubus, spirits, demons, whatever you call them. You become a target. And I know some of y'all are already clicking off right now when I started talking about demons. Whatever, you do you. But this happens all the time. People get targeted because you're realizing what the system is. Notice how nobody talks about. Like, NoFap is a pretty niche thing. I can count the amount, the YouTubers probably on my hand, 5 or 6 YouTubers that actually have over 100,000 followers that actually talk about NoFap. But by far, it's a pretty taboo subject. Your next door neighbor is probably not on NoFap. Your friends at school are probably not on it. That's how taboo it is. But when it pertains to you, doing NoFap, and when you see the world around you, you're going to realize how bullshit everything is. When you start waking up, this was during my time during COVID. COVID, I think everybody woke up during COVID, regardless of NoFap or not. Everything was starting to come to light. How fucking corrupt the system is. How evil the elites are. That was already coming to light. Fucking years ago, before these files. I don't know if I can say his name, but y'all know what fucking files I'm talking about. The island files. We all know the private island. I don't even need to say it. Try not to get shadow banned. I don't even know if I might be shadow banned. I'd be getting 0 views. But I hope that changes with this video. You never know. So when you wake up, you realize how bullshit the system is. When COVID fuck. I don't even think I could say that, but I don't give a fuck. When it started, when the sickness, that's what I'll just say, started, I was 13. And when I returned back to physical school, I was 5. Jesus, what the fuck am I saying? When COVID started, I was 13. At that time I returned back to normal school, I was already 15. And after that, nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. Because you realize how bullshit this system is. You realize how corrupt everything is. And how they're fucking lying to you about everything. Nobody ever told you. I kind of went off on a rant, but this whole video is a rant, so I don't give a shit. Nobody tells you. Fuck. Semen retention, this shit. Nobody tells you that NoFap is good for you, right? No media, no TikToks, at least not nowadays. I don't see many semen retention TikToks. Not your parents, not your teachers. Nobody tells you how good NoFap is. Nobody spreads the word. Nobody says anything about it. Nobody tells you to do it. And that's when you start realizing that all of this is kind of bullshit. The fact that they want you to be releasing. The fact that they promote it as normal, quote unquote normal. It's not normal. But they'll tell you that it's normal for boys your age or for girls. Even though it destroys your body, fucks up your mental health, gives you anxiety. Nobody tells you how bad it is for you to release. And when you return back to real life, when you go back to the system, you look at it And you realize this is bad. This is really, really bad. I don't know how old my audience is, but if you're in high school, people tell you, you gotta go to school, you gotta do this, yada yada, to be successful. But nobody realizes that they're just trapping you in the rat race. When you stuck in the system, they want you to be stuck in the system. They don't want you to be free and be liberated. That's why they'll never tell you about any of this shit. This shit just becomes taboo. School? I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and go to school? Oh, that's normal. Oh, yeah, no problem. How in the fuck has that ever been normal throughout human history? When? When it comes to NoFap, semen retention, notice how all of the things in society that are directed towards you are lust driven. You open up TikTok, you see something suggestive. You go to the fucking store, you see promotions for sexual products. I'm going to Target and I'm seeing, oh gosh, I don't know. I hope this video doesn't get shadow banned. You start to see sex toys. That shit is just normalized now. Being perverted, being disturbed is just being normalized nowadays, a lot more now so than ever. And it's quite sad, because I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I genuinely think it'll get way worse. When I was little, I was very blessed not to find adult content until I was in my early teens. I still did it with myself, but I wasn't over here watching extreme shit until later. Most kids nowadays, as soon as they're able to walk, they're getting a tablet. Imagine how detrimental that could be for the youth, for everybody. That could genuinely destroy society. And I'm going on and I didn't really plan this video. I wanted to come out here to speak, shoot the shit with you guys, try to make sure that this message touches as many people as possible. I'm not very enthusiastic about most things. When it comes to this, when it comes to NoFap, I genuinely believe that this is going to help people, that people need to hear this. This is going to help people a lot. Not everybody knows about this journey. And once you realize that, once you realize that, everything will be okay for you. When you do NoFap, I'm sounding like I'm preaching something so sacred. This shit is sacred. I don't care what nobody say. We're talking about not beating your meat, but it's genuinely a sacred practice. There are people right now, your parents, your grandparents, that ever since they went through puberty, they probably never gone even a week without stroking their shit. So imagine how much of a miracle it is that you, no matter how old you are, 20, early teens, 14, 15, 18, whatever, imagine how much of a miracle it is that you actually want to stop lusting. This is a mission that almost nobody goes down, whether you like to believe it or not. To find another person that actually does this, it's rare. And a negative side that I just thought of just now is relationships. If you don't take anything from this video, even though it's just my little tangent, my little rant about school and everything, then know this: relationships are going to be absolutely and utterly fucked when you're on semen retention. Semen retention helps you get all the girls, but you never want to spill your seed with them. Most people, whether it be man or woman, most people goon daily, including women. Women goon all the time. But most women are not on this journey like us. I've never met any of them. I rarely see them. Maybe you see one or two women that are like, I stopped using the hub. That's even more rarer than a man on NoFap. I've met men that do NoFap, but I've never ever met a woman that does NoFap. So if you're on this channel and you're a woman, props to you. Genuinely. Props to you. Whatever man gets you is going to be really fucking lucky. The reason why I bring this up, when you're on NoFap and when you discipline yourself sexually, you don't cheat. By choice, you do cheat if you want to, but you don't need to cheat. You ever heard a girl that she'll just fucking cheat on you, and then she'll be like, it was an accident. That's from no self-control. Even, I don't want to use it, the R word, when it's done to women, a lot of these men turn into fucking animals because they have no self-control. That's how dangerous it could be if you don't do this practice. Like, people that don't do it, people that are disturbed and that use the hub from a young age, end up being disturbed and end up doing those kind of crimes against women and even other men. A gooner is the most dangerous person in society. A gooner. You ever watch the show You? I know some of y'all have. But basically it's a show about this guy who he stalks women. He stalks women and he ends up doing horrible things to them. And he's a fucking gooner. They show him on TV. I know some of y'all have seen the show You, Joe Goldberg. Everybody, I know at least one of you knows who that is. That's scary because it's genuinely relevant to society. It's what happens on a daily basis. When you goon, it won't just make you sick physically. It'll make you sick mentally, spiritually, terribly. Most people have no idea. I can't believe I've been ranting for almost 18 minutes. This shit's crazy. This is probably a boring fucking ass video. If all of you fucking clicked off, I wouldn't be surprised. But if any of you stayed till the end of this video, the real ones, I've been stalling because I know all of you motherfuckers have no attention span. I've been holding you back, filling the feed with a bunch of bullshit, just ranting, just so I can spread this one secret to the last people near the end of this video. Remember, the only thing between you and success on NoFap is not just discipline, it's changing your mindset. It's desire, it's obsession. The times where I have been the most successful on this journey is when I've actually been fucking terrified to relapse. When I've gone 2-3 weeks after relapsing for almost 6 months straight, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to lose this streak again. Shit, I don't want to fucking lose this streak again. Oh my God, I'm getting an urge. Sit with the urge. Drown it out no matter how tough it is. I be fighting urges every day. Keep in mind, this is not an easy journey. I be fighting urges daily and still fucking losing and winning. But when you change and decide to go on this journey, you'll be taken more seriously. You'll be treated with respect. This video is about the dark sides of NoFap. I've told you about the dark sides, but this will be an absolute gift to you. This will truly change your life. It will make your parents happy. I mean, not that they'll be happy if they'll ever know about it, but I kid you not. People will just smell it on you. People will know that you lack any kind of perversion, that you glow like a fucking angel, like a guardian angel. People will know subconsciously that there's something different about you. And it's not just a body, physical, emotional, mental change. It's also a spiritual change. But when you decide to take on this journey, revert back to your childlike self, nothing will ever be the same again. It'll feel like walking through hellfire some nights, sitting alone in your room, having just relapsed. It will be genuinely one of the worst experiences ever, and you'll have to do this over and over again. This journey is not easy, but if you keep doing that, it'll really help you build character. It'll not even character, it'll just help you build endurance, build trust with yourself, build truth with yourself. Until eventually, the day will come where you'll fight this battle. This battle is everlasting. You won't be free right away. But a day will come, mark my words, I know for at least one of you, a day will come soon where you will never go on the hub ever again. And if you're lucky, you'll never release, unless it's with a woman. You'll get your time to shine, little bro. I promise you that. Stay strong. Thank you for tuning into this fucking chaotic message. I appreciate you. I love all of you. I hope this video gets to people that need it. Thank you for listening. Been here this long.